Welcome on the Singapore River. Welcome on the Singapore River. We're at Clarke Quay here. Gonna go for an evening cruise on the Singapore River. 3.2 kilometer river. Starts at Kim Seng Bridge, just beyond Alexandra Canal up there, and it goes all the way down to Marina Bay. We're at Clarke Quay here. That's where the tourists' boat rides begin. The river, right down there. We're going to start our boat ride here at Clarke Quay. And, start the boat ride here at Clarke Quay and then swing down all the way to Marina Bay. It's the southern 1 kilometer of the boat ride. So sit back and enjoy the ride. I'll talk periodically, mind my English on the boat, and soak up the atmosphere and the experience in SG. We're into the Swiss Hotel Merchant Court. In March of 2021, COVID lockdowns. Singapore is 99% open for business. And yeah, we'll sail under a few bridges. This one's the Reed Bridge, pedestrian bridge. That's about right. Clarke Quay's just over there.
Welcome aboard the Singapore River Cruise. Before you embark on your journey, we'd like to highlight some safety features for your safety and comfort. During boarding and alighting, the boat will be docked next to the stairway at each stop.
A few bars and restaurants here: Cafe Iguana, Jumbo Seafood, Harry's good place for beers. Pool table in there, Riverside Point. Technically on the southern side of the river. The river takes shape here towards Marina Bay.
Is located at the front and the back of the boat.
It's Monday evening here. We're doing the 7 o'clock boat ride. You'll see daytime turn to nighttime.
Out of the window.
Inspired by the Abu Dhabi Formula 1. Lewis Hamilton won the Bahrain Formula 1 last night. An epic tussle with Max Verstappen there.
Life jacket be required. You will
So
find
inspired to come and start making YouTube videos again after a 6-week layoff.
tie a knot with the lace
You know how to fly, yeah? Coronavirus, same for all of us.
along the strap at the
So
sides
let's
of the
looking north into Singapore.
once around your back.
Mohammed Sultan area, River Valley Road. Singapore River, 3.2 kilometers. Becomes the Alexandra Canal a bit further up.
There are 2 exit doors located at the
We'll
front.
sail the southern 1 kilometer or so. That's the best bit.
Lifebuoys at the
Actually
back.
resembles a river rather than the Alexandra Canal.
Passengers should also be reminded that
And if you saw the news about the Suez Canal, that big boat that got stuck,
please
yeah.
do not dispose any
So
rubbish.
we might get stuck as well if we go further north. So it's going to swing around here
Assistance is required. Please
and head south where the river does look like a river.
thank you for traveling with us.
Yeah, I'll talk periodically. I'll sit back and enjoy the ride.
We wish you a pleasant journey.
Yeah, welcome on the wheels. Doing a Singapore river cruise boat ride. Alright, enjoy. Mask and all. You see the big buildings in the distance, the UOB Tower, second equal highest building in Singapore, the one Raffles Place and Capital Towering, 280 meters that one. It's Clarke Quay. All restaurants and bars. It's a nice one there, which I think is a nightclub, sort of an oriental design. That's all restaurants and bars. They've got a Hooters here, then food from all over the world basically, Western food, Chinese, Indian, Thai, Vietnamese, you name it.
The area to your right used to be the site of Riverside Village, a plague-infested squatters' colony which housed the seedy underbelly of opium dens, brothels, and secret societies. Addicts, ladies of the night, and gangsters jostled for space in this once dangerous, mysterious place. But today, the building Riverside sits on the historical foundations of a glorious village.
Fortunately,
no longer dangerous and seedy,
I'm sure it'll come back to life very soon.
Waterfront dining oasis that boasts its very own
90-degree turn.
Perhaps you'd like to return
Going to sail back under the same bridge that we were in London and all the way out to Marina Bay.
Did you know
Whole thing's about a 45-minute boat ride.
Make up one
20 minutes there, 20 minutes back.
promenade that connects everything you see along the riverbanks? Take a leisurely stroll and soak in the atmosphere along the 6-kilometer promenade that flanks both sides of the river. As you take in the sights and sounds, you'll be comfortably shaded by lush greenery and definitely tempted by the many shops and cafes.
You see both sides. I'll stand up once we get going.
Across the river and up to your
People are comfortable with each other's company.
and the
Got on the boat.
tower overlooking Clarke Quay and the river. That is Fort Canning Hill, where Raffles built his own bungalow, Singapore's first government
Clarke Quay, Fort Canning is just beyond Marina. Staycation.
Singapore's first
That was the last video I posted. Staycation Chinese New Year time, about 6 weeks ago now.
The
Yeah.
hill was later used by the British as an arms store, barracks and hospital, which probably led to its
So the trees that you
name,
see, that's Fort Canning.
But way before the British arrived on our shores, Fort Canning was the place where ancient Malayan royalty once lived and were laid to rest. It was considered so
See
sacred
the restaurant, you
that
see
it was
Hooters
known
just
as
under the
Hidden Mill,
canopies there.
forbidden because commoners were not allowed to visit. Of course, all that has changed, and now you're most welcome to visit Fort Canning to see the old
Go on
British
these,
underground
bumboats.
bunkers, and if you're really brave-hearted, explore the ancient gravestones that still remain on its shady slopes.
Clarke Quay is a newer development than Boat Quay, which you'll see next. 1840s, 1860s, Singapore's busiest, Singapore's original port. And then they've converted all that into nightclubs and restaurants and bars and stuff, so Clarke Quay came next. You see Hooters there, more restaurants and bars. It's pretty good during Formula 1. They bring a Formula 1 car and stick it in the middle where there's a fountain in the middle. New Year's is quite good here as well for celebrations. That's where you get the tickets. $20 for a boat ride. So there's metal structures pointing into the sky. You can do like bungee jumping and sideways getting thrown around stuff in a capsule. It's all being closed through COVID lockdown times. Bungee jump place. It's quite frightening because very often you're sitting having a beer, sitting there having a beer in one of the bars and you see people getting chucked around like that. And regardless how many beers you've had, it's enough to make you vomit.
See the one adorned with colorful windows on your left? Home to the Ministry of Information, Communications and the Arts, its multi-hued facade not only reflects Singapore's multicultural heritage, but also
Singapore's first prison.
the building's equally colorful past. Can you believe that this rainbow-splashed complex used to be the old Hill Street police station and was once considered a skyscraper?
It's one of the first of 5 bridges will go under, 6 bridges, 5 bridges.
That old Hill Street police station
Coleman
was
Bridge.
Singapore's earliest secure jail. And during World War II, it was then believed to have been a torture chamber. With such a vivid history, it's certainly no wonder the building was named a national monument in 1998.
See the bumboats coming, see MBS in the distance. That's where we're going. And when they come back, it'll get dark. By the time we get there, it'll be dark. It's Ministry of Information Communications. This is the Elgin Bridge, built 1929. See, it says Elgin on the bridge. So this one and the next two bridges we sail under, which are the Kavanagh and the Anderson Bridge. So this bridge, the Elgin Bridge, the next bridge, the Kavanagh Bridge and the Anderson Bridge. They are the 73rd National Monuments of Singapore, the bridges of the Singapore River. This is the Singapore Parliament. Singapore Parliament. Lee Hsien Loong is the Prime Minister, son of Lee Kuan Yew. The Swiss Hotel in the distance. The Singapore Supreme Court in the foreground is the disc-shaped structure. There's the Singapore Supreme Court, Singapore Parliament and the Swiss Hotel in the distance.
On your right is Clarke Quay and its stretch of colourful, quaint shop houses. It was completed in 1842 and is Singapore's very first quay. At its peak in the 1860s, Clarke Quay handled 3/4 of Singapore's total shipping business. The sheltered riverbanks made excellent loading and unloading places. Back then, the whole river was chock-a-block with thousands of boats transporting a whole myriad of goods to be traded by the merchants who had set up shop in the row of buildings on the bank. Some of those goods included seafood, spices, and rubber. The precious cargo was shouldered across gangplanks by immigrant laborers known as coolies, whose blood, sweat, and tears formed the very backbone of our nation's rise to prosperity. Wonder why all the shop houses are concentrated on just one embankment of Clarke Quay? Well, legend has it that the Chinese immigrants chose to set up home only on the south bank of the river. You'll notice how the river curves just like the belly of a cock. In Chinese culture, this majestic fish is an auspicious symbol of good fortune and a great place to store wealth.
Thomas
These
Raffles
first immigrants
Stanford.
believed that this part of the Singapore River was where prosperity and wealth could be found. That's also why many banks
Statue
and
of,
businesses
Raffles.
started up here and eventually developed
In
this
front of the,
area into a
Victoria Hall.
central business district.
JW Marriott Hotel.
Where once boats lined the water's edge, today the banks of Clarke Quay are lined with shop houses turned into restaurants and pubs. The facades of the Clarke Quay shop houses
Ancient
have been
Civilization
cleaned,
Museum.
and their unique architectural styles give the district a distinct flavor. Notice how the shop houses are of varying heights? Long ago, this signaled the owner's wealth. In other words, the higher the building, the wealthier the owner. Perhaps these traditional beliefs have extended till today. Just take a look at the tall skyscrapers of Singapore's financial district towering over the Clarke Quay shop houses. This is the perfect place for snapping pictures, so enjoy the 360-degree views and drink in Clarke Quay's unique blend of traditional Asian values set against a modern and progressive backdrop. See how the shop houses form a charming contrast of Singapore's developing years against the skyline of a new Singapore. This truly is a uniquely Singapore sight. By the way, are you feeling hungry? Hawkers and the push carts used to line the riverbanks, selling local dishes that were cheap and delicious.
The Asian civilization brings a guy on a Thai longboat.
20 cents. And better yet, side dishes were free of charge. Every day, the people who worked in the mill at the river would push carts, sitting on little stools along the river banks. Perhaps that was how al fresco dining
Asian
was started in
Civilizations
Singapore.
Museum. Clarke Quay. Perfect time to start a beer.
अभी क्या हम बोट में बैठे हैं, आधा घंटा लगेगा बोट में बैठेंगे यहाँ पे। हाँ हाँ
They are all a different height.
Cabinet Bridge, completed in 1869 and named after Colonel Sir William Arthur Cavanagh, Singapore's last member. It's Singapore's only suspension bridge to have retained its intricate
UB Plaza.
It was manufactured in Scotland, then shipped to Singapore later to be assembled. Unfortunately, the bridge was built too low, and boats had to wait for low tide before they could pass. So look out,
Straight up.
the bridge. Just kidding. Heading up on the other side of Cabinet Bridge, you'll see a group of little boys jumping into the river. Don't worry about jumping into the river.
Cavanagh Bridge.
They're actually incredibly lifelike bronze sculptures showing a scene from the river's past, where children would stand and wave cheerily from their houses. Very often they would take off all their clothes and jump in for a cool afternoon swim. Standing tall and majestic is the exclusive Fullerton Hotel, which blends the elegance of old-world charm with every modern convenience. Built in 1928, lots of paper pushing went on behind the hotel's
Pretty
splendid
decent, swimming pool
columns
there.
before its glamorous makeover. Its facade is a masterpiece of neo-classical grandeur, which belies its much stuffier original occupants. The
This one
Chamber
is the
of Commerce
Anderson
offices
Bridge. This
and
one's on the
General
Formula
Post
1 circuit.
Office, from which mail was transported along the Singapore River to and from ships. Since the 1950s, this was also the site of
Cavanagh
a
Bridge.
political campaign
Singapore's
rally.
only suspension bridge.
Before that, it was occupied
Singapore's
by
only suspension bridge, and
built to defend the town at the mouth of the Singapore River.
the Anderson Bridge we're sailing under. On the Formula 1 circuit. Quickly under the Esplanade Bridge next.
This promontory to your right used to be home to the Merlion, Singapore's half-lion, half-fish icon. The Merlion stood guard here at the river mouth for 30 years before it was hauled by barge to its new home in the bay in 2002. As we make our way out into Marina Bay, you'll be able to see the Merlion for yourself and hear all about its story.
आ गया मरीना मेरा रूम हाँ वो आ गया वो लाइन
This is Esplanade Bridge, also on the Formula 1 circuit. It's one of the fastest sections of the circuit that when they go over the bridge and Raffles Boulevard. This is going to play it on the PlayStation all day. Because your thumb hurts at the end of the straight because you have to keep pressing the fast button. Alright. Alright, now we get to Marina Bay. It's all the 5-star hotels and Mr. K is staying at the Marina Oriental next weekend for Easter Sunday. Easter weekend rather. Just going to set up the Merlion and then I'll swing around. It's Marina Bay, freshwater reservoir. Built the Marina Barrage Dam 2008. And then it became a reservoir. It was open to sea before then because the boat quay was the port. We used to sail out to sea from there. We can't these days. It's a reservoir for water sports and so on.
हाँ देखो देखो
अपने फोन तो फोन करना मुझे ठीक है तुझे अपने फोन
As promised, up next is Merlion Park, home of the original Merlion statue. To understand our unique national emblem with the lion head and fish body resting on a crest of waves, here's a quick history lesson. Singapore was originally known as the ancient city of Temasek, which means sea town in Javanese. but according to legend recorded in the Malay annals, Prince Sang Nila Utama renamed it Singapura, meaning Lion City in Sanskrit, after he spotted a lion on its shores. The lion's head represents the lion spotted by the legendary Sang Nila Utama, while its fishtail symbolizes Temasek and Singapore's humble beginnings as a fishing village. Measuring 8.6 meters high and weighing 70 tons, the Merlion sits on reclaimed land looking out to sea. She attracts millions of visitors a year who make the trip to Merlion Park to photograph this world-famous icon at her new home right here in scenic Marina Bay. Take a peek behind the Merlion and you'll see a baby Merlion. Believe it or not, its scales are made from pieces of porcelain repurposed from spoons, bowls, and plates. Next to the Merlion and her cub is a luxurious lifestyle dining and waterfront hotel hub known as Fullerton Heritage that blends exciting futuristic projects with the older colonial landscape of Singapore.
First time of the evening to our boat. For the Bay Area Hotels. Yeah, so staying at the Marina Oriental Easter weekend, 100 days time. So, JW Marriott in the distance, Esplanades, Park Royal, Conrad, Pan Pacific, and Oriental, Ritz-Carlton, Big Wheel, Art and Science Museum, MBS.
Another room was
Monty. Around one is Monty. It's an Italian restaurant at one Fullerton Pavilion.
Okay, yeah. What did they build the column?
There's the Clifford Pier and the Fullerton Bay Hotel.
To your right is Clifford Pier, which was built in 1933 as a landing point for immigrants hoping for a new future in a new land. It was also once known as Red Lamp Pier because legend has it that a red oil lamp used to come from the unfortunate rich historical house as a bustling trade post and gathering place for food lovers and entertainment. And now serves as the lobby of the Fullerton Bay Hotel. And beside it is Customs House, a charming conservation building from the mid-1960s.
My last vacation before lockdown, last April.
One of Singapore's earliest modern
Nice bar on the roof, luncheon bar.
As Singapore's shipping and trade boom, it became the home of the Singapore Customs Police, tasked with watching over one of the world's busiest harbors. Further out, you'll see the magnificent Marina Bay Financial Centre, which sits on prime waterfront real estate at the heart of Singapore's new downtown and is an expansion of the Central Business District. Arguably the crown jewel of Marina Bay, this purpose-built financial centre combines the best in form and function, blending office towers, luxury apartments, and retail space, making it one of the hottest places to live, play, and work, as we befitting Singapore's position as a global financial, residential, and entertainment hub. It's also part of the 3.5-kilometer Marina Bay waterfront promenade, which has become a popular scenic footpath, especially since this walkway boasts several unique design features. You can look forward to an uninterrupted experiential walk or jog around the bay. Do find time to
Superb
explore
light.
the promenade, which
The
links the
films.
landmarks of this beautiful bay area, including Marina Reservoir, Marina Barrage, and Gardens by the Bay. Also located along this fascinating waterfront walk is the Marina Bay City Gallery, which showcases the story of Singapore's urban transformation and the development of Marina Bay. Don't miss its touch-activated exhibits and innovative city model, offering a bird's-eye view of key landmarks in Marina Bay, which will help you navigate the Bay Area.
Super skyline. Superb skyline. Pretty amazing sights, yeah? Everybody's relaxed now. We've all got our cameras out, filming and taking photos. It's good. The Apple shop around
As we cruise around Marina
floating
Bay
building,
and
the
begin
Apple
making
shop
our
here.
way back down the Singapore River, have a look to your right at a Singapore landmark that really needs no introduction. It's the iconic Marina Bay Sands Integrated Resort, featuring a casino, hotels, and convention center, world-class entertainment and retail
Well, it
shops,
stayed there about
all
10 times,
housed
I
within
think.
award-winning architecture that resembles a ship atop 3 towers. Notice also the palm-shaped Arts and Sciences Museum and the unique Helix Bridge. This 280-meter engineering marvel has been modeled after the structure of DNA and was inspired by the ancient concept of yin and yang, built to bring wealth, happiness, and prosperity to Marina Bay. This bridge will also link you to another awe-inspiring attraction, the Gardens by the Bay.
Yeah, Gardens by the Bay is on the other side of MBS.
This award-winning super park is home to over 250,000 rare plants from all over the world. Enjoy the lush outdoor gardens,
Nice lanterns on the side of the boat.
climate-controlled dome conservatories, and the towering futuristic super trees.
It's a freshwater lake reservoir. There's fish in there.
They're essentially
Cook and eat
vertical
them.
gardens, measuring up to 16 stories high and linked by suspended walkways with stunning views of the entire park. Living up to their name, the super trees also collect rainwater, generate solar power, and are venting ducts for the park's conservatories,
Fullerton Hotel
which
and
encapsulate the
Merlion.
cloud forest and flower dome. Do you notice that the water here is very calm? This is due to the Marina Barrage, which is a dam built across the 350-meter wide Marina Channel. It keeps out the seawater to create Singapore's first reservoir in the city, a vital source of fresh water and flood control. The Marina Reservoir is Singapore's 15th reservoir. It has the largest and most urbanized catchment area at 10,000 hectares, or 1/6 the
Aeroplane coming into Changi Airport. It's Singapore Airlines.
Gazing out into the bay, you couldn't have missed the giant wheel in the sky. Singapore Flyer, a skyscraping observation wheel that measures 165 meters tall, that's 42
अरे आ जाओ
meters wide, and
वीडियो तो दिखा दो
150 meters in diameter. That's about the length of 87 Singaporean men lying head to toe.
एक मिनट
The wheel carries 28 city bus-sized capsules, each allowing up to 20
मैं का डेवलप टॉर
which
करांगी
means that at any
मैं
one
ऐसा
time,
It's the Helix Bridge, Rainbow Helix Bridge.
785 passengers per revolution, which takes about 32 minutes to complete, rotating at a smooth speed of 24 centimeters per second. This engineering wonder provides breathtaking panoramic views of Singapore and the islands beyond. In fact, from on board, you can see up to 45 kilometers away. That's 3 kilometers more than the entire length of our island city.
Merlion, that's where I'm staying next week. Late this week. see about there. There was an aeroplane that looked like a military plane. As far as I'm aware, there are 3 runways in Singapore. One at Changi Airport. There's 2 there. One at Changi Airport. Paya Lebar, it's a military place, and Seletar Airport, which is for like small planes, private jets and stuff. And I was going to Paya Lebar. It's a military one there. It's that airplane. It wasn't Singapore Airlines. Singapore Airlines are operating at 2% capacity for passenger traffic for most of the past year. Yeah. Let's see over Mr. Merlion on this boat ride.
You'll also notice to your right 2 curious spiky domes, unique only to the Esplanade, Theatres on the Bay. Because of its resemblance to the king of fruits, it's been affectionately nicknamed the Durians. But no worries here. Quite unlike its pungent namesake, the Esplanade Theatres
Very
on
nice
the
is
Bay
the light
attracts
fades.
hordes of hungry culture vultures eager to taste of its many blockbuster productions. As the region's premier performing arts and entertainment centre, it boasts superb facilities, showcases world-famous musicals, and features popular homegrown events like the Mosaic Music Festival. And to really top it all off, the Esplanade's breezy rooftop garden offers up more unrivaled views of the city and Bay Area.
The Esplanades.
Kita lain lagi. Itu. Lain kedua lagi. Itu.
Next 3 bridges are Singapore National Monuments, the bridges of the Singapore River. The Anderson on the Formula 1 circuit, the Cavanagh Bridge, which is Singapore's only suspension bridge. And the first bridge Singapore that survives to this day, and then the Elgin Bridge thereafter to sail up Boat Quay. The Fullerton Hotel, waterboat restaurant and so on.
The green area to your right was once lined with lovely European-style houses that brought to mind the fashionable elegance of London's Mayfair. No wonder the Esplanade was a popular place for European settlers to see and to be seen. Back in the old colonial days, they would emerge from their houses to stroll along the Esplanade every afternoon. Here they would enjoy the
Padang is the Singapore
exchange
Cricket Club.
gossip, and perhaps even indulge in a little innocent flirtation. As a nod to our colonial history, Queen Elizabeth Walk was opened within the Esplanade Park in 1953 to honor the coronation of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. If you have the time, this park will take you on a pleasant meandering walk through the park to other
Anderson Bridge here.
interesting national monuments. The bridge straight ahead of us is Anderson Bridge, named after Sir John Anderson, yet another governor of the Straits Settlements. This elegant arch displays an excellent combination of intricate plaster and metalwork, whilst its curved structure provides high resistance to bending force, which comes in really handy since it supports the heavy weight of vehicles zipping back and forth daily.
So I think we should have a Trump Hotel here, yeah, Trump Hotel. Maybe one
As
day.
a gorgeous contrast to the skyscrapers that now mark the Singapore skyline, just look to the right and you'll see sitting grandly before us 3 beautifully preserved buildings that commemorate Queen Victoria, the Empress of India. The Victoria Theatre and Victoria Memorial Hall, which features the clock tower, are both historical monuments dedicated to the performance arts. Right next to them is the Empress Place building, which was constructed in 1907 entirely by convict labor. Previously known as the government offices, the Empress Place building is now also a national monument and home to the Asian Civilizations Museum. Station's museum is a treasure trove of history and culture that will introduce you to the world of Asian traditions. The museum features over 1,600 treasured artifacts in 4 themed geographical zones and includes a Singapore River gallery dedicated to the history and the people of our beloved river. Be sure to check it out for an even more intimate picture of the things you've seen and learned on this river cruise.
We're heading back into our boat quay. EOB Plaza. One Raffles Place, that's where I was on New Year's Eve.
Over on the right bank, you may have noticed a fine fellow cast in blinding white plaster. Englishman Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles, the founder of modern Singapore. The statue marks the spot where Sir Raffles, the explorer, first landed in Singapore in 1819. Back then, Singapore was only a sleepy little fishing village, but Raffles saw enormous potential due to her location along the main shipping route between India and China. After signing an agreement with Singapore's then ruler, Sultan Hussein of Johor, Raffles set about establishing a trading post and free port on the island for England's East India Company. He developed a town plan, drawing up residential, administrative and commercial districts along the riverbanks of this budding island city. The large building we're passing on the right was Singapore's first courthouse, after which it became Parliament House up till 1999, when the new Parliament House was developed just next to it. What is that strange disc hovering over Parliament House? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a UFO? Don't worry. What looked like something out of a sci-fi movie is actually part of the Supreme Court of Singapore. Now this is Elgin Bridge, named after the then Governor General of India, Lord Elgin. Fittingly, the bridge served as a link between the Indian merchants on the north side of the river and the Chinese community on the south side in the days of our colonial past. We're now approaching Coleman Bridge, named after its Irish architect, George Drumgold Coleman for his invaluable contributions to Singapore's
Right,
development.
we've come to the end of the cruise here.
Appointed the
We
first
enjoyed that
superintendent of
right on the
public
Singapore
works
River.
in Singapore, Coleman brought
Back
with
into
him an
Clarke Quay, and we'll see you at the
architectural
Marina
style
till
Merlion, a
next week.
combination of
Alright,
Greek
enjoy.
and Roman
Stay
style,
safe.
adapted for our tropical climate.
Coming back into Clarke Quay here. The Singapore River cruise. Staycation at Marina till Easter weekend.
And there you have it. We finally
Yes,
come
yeah,
full
boat
circle,
ride on
traveling
the,
to the heart of Singapore,
Singapore
and
River.
along its
That's how
vital,
the country came
vibrant
to be.
lifelines. Thank you
How it is
very
today.
much for
What a
joining us
history.
on the Singapore River Cruise. We trust you've enjoyed your journey on the world's first environmentally friendly electric bungboats, and hope you'll tell all your friends and family
Electric
about
as well,
this
very
unique
nice.
experience. You'd love to show them around too. So until next time, from all of us at Singapore River Cruise, we wish you a lovely and unforgettable stay in Singapore.
Right, pulling back into Clarke Quay. It's one of the shopping malls here. There's a subway station downstairs. I live a 5-minute walk from here, so I'll walk home and some dinner. It's a Monday evening. Right, right where we started. Alright, there we started. See you later. Singapore River Cruise.